How you doing? Not bad.
Would ask next time.
Okay, I'd like to call the order the zoning board of appeals for the city of Plattsburgh, July 21st, 2025 meeting. We have got 3 variances in front of us. We'll take them in the order they're on the agenda. Don't think we have any conflicts with anybody location wise. So the first 5 will be voting. The alternate will not be voting on any of these. The alternate being Tom McNichols at the end. So I guess we'll take Amanda and Samantha Trudeau first. Come on down. So you're looking to expand your driveway. Yes. It's not exactly clear in here what the exact dimensions are.
That's what it looks like today.
Okay,
As you heard what happened, our contractor took care of everything. Until James showed up and he didn't take care of anything. So ideally that is the width we would like to go if we can. I believe the contractor had put 26 feet on his plan. I don't know if that's exactly what he did. I would remeasure and question. And you can see he started cutting the curb. We had full confidence in working with him that he was able to cut the curb as wide as the driveway and we were good to go, and here we are. So, in an ideal world, that is the project that we would like it to look like that. Obviously, they already ripped out our lawn and did all of that. Not that you guys are, care about that. But we were hoping to extend the curb as well to match the driveway. You saw in the previous pictures downstairs that whole left side of our driveway was pretty much destroyed, and every time it rains, it floods down rocks and sand into the road. Because his truck can't fit next to me when I'm in the garage, or I will hit his truck when I back out. So his truck has broken the whole side of our driveway.
now by code, you're allowed a 20-foot wide driveway. You didn't have that before, correct?
No, I think we're at 16.
16.
16.
Yeah, it looked like it was the width of the garage door.
Yeah,
Which
it's
was
like
probably a 16
right
foot
at,
door.
yeah. So even when you had a smaller vehicle, when you would pull out the left side, you would go off the side of the driveway to back out.
So you don't know what that is measured at right now?
I believe when I looked at the contractor's plan. It says 26 feet across the top, if that's what he actually did. This shows 26.
Found that here, 26.
What was his name again?
D&D paving. And we also were the people that put a down payment, it's even $1,500 and he hasn't spoken to us in 2 months. Wow. No. With no explanation, like all we asked was, okay, you got in trouble with the city, you didn't do the paperwork, what do we do next? Like, we still need it done, you already tore my driveway out. Nothing, no response.
So I'll open up to the board. Any questions, comments? You're looking at doing the curb cut the same way.
We would like to,
That's yes.
yes,
Worst case. Where they cut it.
right, we'd be going to, yeah, obviously.
Go down now.
Swing it out.
So if am I correct, Scott, that the code would allow parking on the side of the house
Yes,
with access to that?
yes.
Which that we really have no interest in paving any more of our lawn,
It's plan.
because our kids play there, we have a pool in the back, so I don't have a yard anymore. So I'd rather not pave that side of our house, if we don't have to.
Does this work? I mean, where these two cars are right now, does
This
that
is
work?
amazing. Minus that it's gravel, like this is exactly the project we wanted.
So we wouldn't really need to go on that far.
No, I mean, where the vehicles are now, would that be sufficient?
That would be.
Yeah, I
The
think-
curve was good.
Maybe like another foot. It doesn't have to be 26, if that's what you're
Yeah.
getting at, yeah. We could do less, obviously, we'd have to rip that back out now and replant our lawn.
I guess the difficult thing for us is what you have here is not unique. Everyone in the city has the same thing and they live with a 20-foot wide driveway. You have on-street parking, so if you have extra vehicles, you have parking. There's no, it's hard to justify giving a variance if you're the same as everyone else, you're the same as everyone else on your street. There's nothing really compelling approving a variance, because the minute we do, then next door people are gonna say the same thing. Whereas if you petition the city and have them change the zoning code, that's a different story then. But in theory, a variance should be for something that is unique to your property that other people in your neighborhood don't have. Such as, for whatever reason, I mean, if you're at a T intersection type of thing, you may get a turnaround so that you're backing into a street right behind you. You know, but in your case, you're on a fairly quiet street, not the quietest, but it is. You know, that whole area of the Cogan's busy, but all the ones off of it are less so. And you've got a standard. I guess your house is a little closer than some of your neighbors, but you still definitely have enough room for parking 2 vehicles between your garage and the street easily.
Once it's 20,
Yeah,
right, so it's 16.
and a 20 is not a variance.
Okay,
That's the whole thing.
right, and I, obviously had we known that before they did this, we would have just said, okay, do it at 20, don't rip our lawn out and do 20, whatever they did.
Excuse me, Scott,
Yeah,
their lot's only 79.4 feet, so it is a variance. Just to the garage doors isn't a variance, anything wider than that would be, because it's,
Less than-
yeah, it's less than 100, right? So. Anything beyond those doors,
tell us that, yes, that downstairs.
I thought I did. Pretty sure I did.
Yeah. I don't. So. You will only allow 16 foot.
Whatever the garage width was, is what we would allow.
Of the door, not the garage itself.
And it's not, again, it's not driveway that's being widened. So we probably should get that out of our heads, because it's a parking spot in the front yard. Is what it's really becoming. Right?
Well, if you go to 20, it's not.
Yeah, it is, because that driveway's gotta lead to a legal parking spot.
Repeat that.
Yeah, a driveway leads to a legal parking spot.
Yeah,
So we allow the full width of those two car garage to be able to get into those two spots in the thing. So if you have a parking spot in the front yard, it's not legal, so that's not a driveway, that's a parking spot. Just like the one we had on Top Mill Road last week, or last month.
but that was only a single car garage. They
Yeah,
went-
but still doesn't matter if it was a single car garage, if it was a 20 car garage, if they're building something that doesn't lead to a legal parking space, it can't be a driveway.
So
And all. That would apply to all driveway extensions, because essentially they would lead to a parking spot.
So, yeah.
All requests for driveway extensions would ultimately lead to additional parking.
Unless they're going to the size of a garage.
Unless it's, yes,
Right. But if it was the size of the garage, they wouldn't be looking for the variance.
But if the lot were 100 foot, it would allow a 20 foot.
to 20, yes. So right here is. All this is the front yard. Anything, if there's not a parking spot over here beyond the front yard, this is not a driveway. This is a parking spot in front of it. That's what I was trying to say, that you're gonna clean that language up when we do this from now on. Because you can't widen a driveway that goes to nothing. A driveway that goes to nothing is a parking spot.
Can I have that?
You can, like they said, you could, what we allow is something like this
Mm-hmm.
to a parking spot up here.
Next to the garage.
Yeah, but you don't want.
Correct.
Well,
But if we-
And that's really why we're here, parents.
Why? So.
if,
So I need the variance even to just get us to 20,
20.
or can I do 20?
no,
Without
Sounds like.
That's something that you can petition these people for.
it would require.
But they're in 79, call it 80 feet.
Yep.
You wouldn't allow them an 18-foot driveway.
No. If it wasn't going to a legal parking spot in the garages, then no. If it was leading to a legal parking spot, either in the garage or on the side of the garage, out of the front yard. Out of the front yard setback, out of the front yard. Then we'd allow access to it,
But you will allow 100-foot wide lot,
20.
20 foot, even though 2 feet on each side don't go to a legal parking spot.
If, yeah,
So. Does this variance request need to be reworded to ask for roughly 20-foot expansion
it
that
can,
without the additional parking spot on the side of the house?
it's gotta be reworded to say, creating. A parking spot in the front
In
yard
the front yard.
or expanding.
A variance, a 20-foot, a variance to it.
Specify that for I know, it's wrong, we have to fix it, that's what I've been doing the last 2 months.
So can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
One of the things that I'm kind of puzzled about is we're lacking a measurement there, which gives us less information to work with, and I would really like to not make a decision without knowing what those measurements are.
Well,
And I-
you talk about.
This
Yeah,
one.
how far he's come over from the corner of the garage.
She said that I don't know wide driveway. Did you get this?
No.
Basically means they have no problem. National park. It's the driveway, so I will find this one.
You can have a 20-foot driveway.
Yeah.
Scott, if it went to the end of the house, are we saying that's more than 20 feet or 20?
That's why I'm
Or
trying
the
to
one to the end, or do we know?
Well, the thing is, when he's saying the limits of my code, they're only allowed 16.
Thank you.
But it would I get that, it just seems strange if it wasn't past the house, that's the front. I don't know.
So,
Cause that's all garage.
so it does seem like if the request was to expand or to add. How are we gonna say it? A variance to extend the driveway for a 20-foot width to include a parking area in the front yard. My sense is that that would be more likely
Well, it's not.
than the 26 foot,
2 feet.
than the request for 26.
Over.
So. So Scott,
Yes,
I'm just wondering or suggesting perhaps that they might want to postpone and resubmit.
They don't have to resubmit, you can do it right here because it's all under 360-26.
So-
that's what it was, so it's not gonna change. It's not gonna change unless you're talking with measurements. It's not gonna change the code itself. You can make those, or it's not gonna change the appeal number, the section appealed. So you can make those changes right here in-house if that's what you wanna do.
So so sort of worded the way I suggested that.
That sounded reasonable to me.
what was it?
That the motion would be to approve a variance to expand the driveway to a 20-foot width to include a parking spot in the front yard.
That's a valid motion. But
And would you be comfortable with?
Yeah, down slide to the curb. Bottom of the curb is 12 feet.
Well, the curb cut, I don't know, that would,
Curb cuts allowed,
the
could be
curb cut.
30 to 30 feet maximum. That's for,
Include the curb.
that's not just for residential, that's for all. So
so
it's,
we can note it in the motion to include the curb.
I don't think you have to.
Uh,
If there's no variance requirement, I don't think you have to.
Okay, well,
unless you,
before we
unless
go
you,
too far. Let's first open up to the public. For anyone in the public who has any comments on this? And there were no written comments. Right. Okay, I'll close the public hearing portion. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. The seeker, get that out of the way. We'll entertain word motion to the seeker.
Make a motion for appeal number 2401 that the board chair review the short environmental assessment form. Check that no response impact may occur on questions 1 through 11 and sign.
Before we get a second,
There's
let's,
two amendments.
yeah.
Three.
Question three. Will acreage physically disturbed? Just put less than an acre on all. Three. Number five is a proposed action permitted use under the zoning regulations. Actually, let's see. No. That's why you're here. And consistent with the adopted comprehensive plan, I would say yes. And six is a proposed action consistent with predominant character of the existing builder of natural landscape. Yes. And then I'll accept your motion.
I'll second.
Second by Kelly, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Then. You good with what is proposed, or did you want to fight for it all?
I mean, I'm not happy with the 20, not for any reason other than we have to backtrack what they already did.
And unfortunately, we try and keep that out of our minds. Because this should have occurred before
Of
it's
course.
done. And, you know, so I think that, well, I can't speak for everyone else, but I know how I would vote if we took your proposal as is. Okay. But I'll accept the motion.
The motion for appeal number 2401. Motion to approve a variance to expand the driveway to a width of 20 feet to include a parking area in the front yard.
I'll second.
And by Kelly.
And you said that curb cut does not need to be included.
I'm curious to see what the measurement comes out to be once you actually measure it. If it's 16 feet, the width of the door, it does not look like that's an additional 10 feet from the edge of the door over. Maybe I'm wrong and it's just deceptive to me in the picture, but
Yeah.
if you look at the garbage can and what's up,
It's approximately 10 feet from where the edge of the driveway was.
is it?
Yeah.
Cause it looks smaller than that to me. But
Okay, you got 5 yes votes. So you're good at 20 feet. Good luck.
Thanks.
So we can continue the curb cut for everything.
What's that?
We can continue where the curb cut is.
If you
20
going for the
feet.
20
Yeah.
feet.
Yes.
Okay.
Jump off feet, just 20.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just good luck finding someone to clean up that mess.
Yeah, now we can get more accurate estimates from the people who passed.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Make sure they get a permit before they start.
Give
us a call, we'll try to figure it sorted out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
okay. All right, 2402 Nelson DeRocher. Come on down. So you've got something similar, but different circumstances, definitely. On the flip side, you're asking for a lot more.
Well, oh, it's a lot.
So a couple of things that we noted downstairs when we were going over it. And we don't think you can do it. One is you're looking at paving city property.
Understand that? I'm asking permission to have that.
I don't think we can grant that.
Yeah, that's not something we can do, that's, if you were to try to improve city property, you'd have to go in front of the city council. Not sure how that all works right now, but you'd have to put a request into the mayor's office, I believe. I can find out for you, I see it all the time, so
Okay.
I can find out exactly the procedure for that part.
Okay.
Our office and the zoning board, we won't let you go up to the property line. We only deal with private property as far as this
It's
goes.
20 feet where it is, it wouldn't do me much good than one car. I'm just looking for a big turnaround spot and trying to keep it. Actually looking good, but having the grass dead and. As you said downstairs, it's sometimes it's almost impossible to do that.
Well, and you noted two different things. One is additional parking. And the other is a turnaround.
Yeah.
And at least I look at those two as two different things. Parking in the front yard is basically what you're asking for,
Right,
which the city doesn't allow. Except in front of a valid parking spot such as your garage. And then there's the other, which is the turnaround, which is a valid, I think, somewhat of a valid hardship for where you live.
yes,
Okay. But the turnaround is not 22 feet wide. You know, a parking spot, which basically is what you use for a turnaround. I believe the standard parking spot's considered 9 feet. Am I correct?
pretty hard to turn a truck around 9 feet.
Parking space is 9 by 18.
Yeah.
And there's not really, there's maneuver. Aisles for maneuvering area.
Mhm.
This wouldn't fall with that. This would just be a straight variance. This is not.
Yeah, because you don't have traffic per se.
Right.
It's one person, one family. And what they have to do on their property is. Yeah. So. First off, anything that the only thing that we can grant. If we so decide. Is only up to your. Within 3 feet of the property line,
Yeah,
including the front property line?
No.
Okay,
just a side yard.
just the side yard.
Well,
So
no,
he can pave up to his front property line legally.
Yeah.
If we allow it. Okay,
So do we know where the
That's
property
good.
line
That's
is
good.
in relation to this?
well, he's showing the front of. He's showing the front of the garage at 20 feet from the property line. And his
Okay.
sidewalk is 4'6". Is that the 20 old way?
Oh, I'm looking at it.
Next page. To the next page. And he shows the garage. Is 20 feet from the property line, which is this setback in that district. And then your sidewalk is 4'6".
Yeah, I believe so.
So
So that
he's
would
showing,
be in 15'6" to the property line.
gotcha.
So if it's 20 feet, just. And it looks like he's not going to the sidewalk. In that second picture, the close up. He looks like it's pretty close to the park, so what he's got here set. Would be. It looks like it's very close to being. Not paving on city property, by the way. Do you have this picture on? Yeah, I think so. Just trying to.
And I'm going on the drawing that he
So
has.
this one down.
Yeah. he's
All right, so can you flip it? So if you, okay, so scroll down. So if you're looking, can you, yeah, go out a little bit. Out. You look where, this is the picture, is this staked out as is right now?
That,
Is this staked out like this right now?
not snake out on that now.
Okay, so is that what you want, or is it drawing?
That's what I want. That's 3.5. The same as drawing.
Okay. So if you look at where those telephone poles are, I'd say it's pretty darn close to not being on city property, so that part might be, moved. But we could,
25 feet be behind the pole. 27 where I'm asking, it's probably about dead center.
so if you're,
Just around the pole.
so if you're at 25, you're just on the other side of the pole, which is.
Yeah.
Do you know how far from the front of your house
That's his
that
property
line
line,
is?
way over.
In front of my
The
house.
face of the garage.
Sidewalk to.
Hi,
Yes,
if he's ignoring that, I think what the thing is that the poles are a ways from the property line.
they won't be very far from the property.
Well, according to this drawing,
This
In the
drawing,
drawing, it's 10 feet from the
Yeah.
sidewalk.
and he's showing the garage was 20 feet from the property
I
line.
will look at the drawing, sorry.
25 feet on the other side of the property line. 25.
7.
All right, I see now.
And even on this drawing, it shows,
You're right, I was wrong.
it shows those poles a ways away. So I mean, even if we granted everything we could, you'd be losing 7 feet off what you've got there right now.
Yeah. And that was how much my time ago.
These property lines accurate on this photo?
These were done,
This, was about the house. The paperwork.
I mean, it shows the neighbor's house right on the property lines.
those,
They
the red
can't be
line,
accurate.
those are all shifted.
Or what? They're all shifted.
Yeah, you wanna look at the plot plan?
Yeah, don't go by the overhead view with the red lines. Those are never accurate.
So. So there's an issue. There's an issue with this, with the side property line, isn't there too also? I mean, it needs 3 feet.
Yep, these 3 feet.
You know, we said that for the side yard, I don't,
Yes.
Yeah, your drawing shows your,
I got this number two.
Again, that can all be addressed, it's all in the same code section, so it can be addressed here. If you want to address it.
You mean going closer than 3 feet?
Yeah, it's the same, it's in the same code section.
It is.
It's 1 to 6. That's what you advertise, right? It's just 360/26.
Okay.
So.
There's a question. So-
By 18 feet, by 18 feet long. 9 by 18 is the parking spot.
That's a legal parking space.
what would you need as a minimum for a turnaround?
That's how, like, it passed my problem. Get one there and go.
The property line part's out of our
The
view.
house you can't get.
Could do like a 3-point turn or,
Yeah.
what's considered maneuvering room between?
There really isn't any maneuvering. Code for a single family home. Like if you're talking two-way traffic, you need 26 feet. And that's not, it doesn't apply to single family.
So the struggle is that you're essentially looking to pave a huge section of your front yard,
Yes.
which we don't allow. So there's, and you know, if we allowed it, then that whole line of people right there could ask for the same thing. So it's just not something that we're easily doing. Is setting that precedent. So I guess what we want to talk to you about is like, instead of hearing no from everybody, like what could we compromise on and come up with to get you the ability to turn around? Because you do have the issue of the busy street.
Yeah,
In terms of giving you another parking space, it's not a huge, in my mind, it's not a huge priority, but turning around and being safe definitely is. So what does that look like for you? Like to be able to turn around?
Roughly 25 feet out and like, doesn't have to be. 20 feet wide, like say how wide is parking spot?
A legal parking spot is 9 by 18.
9 feet wide. Let's turn around.
Oh.
But
Is that bare spot essentially where you've been turning around?
yes,
How wide is your driveway?
20 feet.
What can we actually approve though? Because we can't approve anything beyond the city line,
Yeah,
right?
you can approve anything except that.
Okay.
That's up to you guys. That's why they're here.
So
That
right
would
out of the
make
gate,
like
they're taking 7
16
feet. Yeah.
That's out of your consideration. There might be another way for him to do it, but for us in this, on this board. We can't take that into consideration at all.
You know what yeah, I don't know if we could. I guess one of the things that I would like to maybe suggest is that you could experiment and with taking this discussion in mind and figure out how you could map out a turnaround that might be easier for us to approve. Does that make sense?
I understand what you're saying, but don't think if I got inside the 20-foot line. I could swing my vehicle around.
Well, I mean, it kind of looks like
Well,
where,
realize you also have the depth of you have your driveway.
My driveway is very short, I can't park 2 cars back or
I realize that.
into the sidewalk.
I mean, it just, to me, it looks like the bare spot is not as large as the area you've mapped out in your request. So, yeah,
It doesn't have to open all the way back to the fence, I mean.
Yeah.
But. Want to do it like wall back. There's no parking.
Well, let me open up to the public. Is there anyone here who wants to say anything about it? If not, then I'll close the public hearing portion. Let's go through let's get the seeker out of the way. Question number 2 needs to be yes, does it need to building permit? Other than that, I think everything is good. And I will entertain a motion in regards to the seeker. What's that?
Number 9.
Did I miss something?
I'm missing pages from this one. Have it on.
Number 9, meter exceed. Energy code requirements, don't have an NA available. Sure, it means. Solar heating.
I make a proposal, or a motion, sorry. For appeal 2402. After review of the short environmental assessment form part 1. That we. The chair mark in part 2. That there is little or no impact, environmental impact. So.
Okay.
Second.
Did my Ellie, all in favor?
Okay.
Okay,
No, it's not.
now for a motion.
Can I speak?
I can ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So. What are Mr. DeRocher's options if a motion is voted down?
He can't come back with the same motion for a year, is it?
A year,
A year,
unless it's significantly different.
So it would have to be a different plan.
Significantly different, and that's just, subjective.
Subject.
and on the flip side, we could, if that does happen, we could do a second motion on what we would allow. Somebody wanted to make that motion.
Unless we have a discussion to. Let him know.
Yeah,
Can I speak?
sure.
I feel like you can probably pick up on the vibe from the board where this is going.
Yeah, not my way.
So, no, I think that there can be a motion, created to, suit your needs for a turnaround. I get a sense, and I'm not gonna speak for anybody, but I get a sense that we all kind of feel like safety is an issue. And we're willing to, work with you on that piece of it. I would be willing to make a motion, to give you ample space for a turnaround. Within the space that you can work with, including off city property and within the setbacks that we need to address.
Okay,
So are you comfortable with us doing that, or do you want us to vote on just what you presented?
make that motion. I'd rather have my options open when you vote down and have to wait a year. I don't wanna. Wait a year, get my driveway paved this year. I wanna do all at once.
Okay. So I would like to make a motion, for appeal 2402. To allow for a turnaround space that does not exceed 9 feet in width. That 9 feet in width, and also does not exceed. You had requested 17. That's a 7, right? My proposal is that the turnaround space does not exceed 15 feet.
15 feet.
So 9 feet going east west. So that would be considered the
Yeah.
width.
Yeah,
And then 15 feet going north south. And that 9 by 15 paved area can be anywhere within the space that is 3 feet from your property line. not to encroach on city property.
So it can't go past my property line.
You can't go past 3 feet from your property line.
No, he can.
Oh, that's right, we said we
From
could right up
yard,
to
he
it.
can do
That's
it.
right, okay, so right up to your property line. Yes,
So that's 15 feet wide.
No,
so this
This
is
isn't a
north.
street going north south?
street goes north south.
So the
So
15 is north
15
south.
Is north south. And the 9 is east west.
So from his house to the road, 9 feet. And from your driveway to your south property line,
It's
no
not,
more than 15 feet.
Okay,
That's still 15 wide.
From the
If you-
edge of
yeah,
his
it's
driveway
street.
to.
Right.
Yes, what he requested was 17.
I'd say 50.
Right. But we're not looking for a parking space, we're looking for a turn.
And since that 15 feet will. Violate the 3 foot side yard setback.
Was it 14? I can't, is that where he's, is he right, like right on the property? Is that what it's-
I'm assuming yes.
Okay, then I need to
But
amend that,
we-
I need
we
to say
can-
14 feet.
Well, it's not even, but it's 15 feet. Max and not encroaching on 3 feet from the property line.
Okay, because
So
it's hard to tell, you have a line here, but it's hard to tell if you're right on your property line. So my language will say 15 feet, but it has to stop 3 feet from your property line, and if 3 feet from your property line ends up being 14 feet, you have to stop at 14.
Okay.
But a max of 15.
So a question for Kyle.
Yeah.
So would the variance include a radius for the
Well,
entrance
but it
into
ends up
the
being
park, into
16
the
feet.
turn?
I don't want 16 feet.
Or would that have to be part of the variance?
That's the question, we don't know.
It'd be allowable. So,
Give that much.
so a radius at the entrance to the turnaround, they said is allowable. We don't have to include it as part of the motion.
Okay. Good.
Is the word turnaround part of?
I'm not including a radius in my proposal.
No, but it's allowed.
Oh, I see.
If they do something.
The word turnaround makes it different than a, or what he was talking about before. A parking spot in the front yard.
Yeah.
That's
What's that?
the word turnaround, like that's allowable, it's not considered a parking spot. in the
Oh,
front yard.
it's still paving in the front yard, so it's.
So it's the same.
And it's turnaround, yeah, so we're gonna, yeah. It's. Turnaround and parking space are maneuver area or turnaround. Or parking space, that is in the code that. Planning is all on code. So we're gonna consider it the same thing. Okay.
Trying to minimize the pavement.
Yeah, and then what you're doing is fine.
Okay.
No, I wasn't saying anything was wrong with it, I'm just saying that it's still, we're still considering it. An area where they can park,
Okay,
right?
I got
It's not a parking space, but.
you. Okay, I'm done. Yes, we'll definitely clarify all of it for you,
No.
but suffice it to say it's 9 feet by max of 15 feet or max of 3 feet from your property line. You cannot go past your property line, correct?
Not without taking permission from the city.
Correct.
So why don't you? This is where why don't you draw on here what you're talking about, that way we have. We can, this is part of it.
Yeah, do I need to do that now?
Do it on there that way we can show him, and then it doesn't have to be to scale, just with the measurements in there. That way it's part of the record.
And Mr. Grosch, the other thing that we are not limiting or defining is exactly where that is 4.5 from the sidewalk or your property line versus your garage. If you want to move it closer towards the garage or closer towards your outer property line, that's up to you. Well, you know, you'll have to kind of figure out what's gonna work best. And we're just saying anywhere in that space, it can go. Okay, if right at your property line, front property line is easier, it gives you more turning space, because you do have quite a bit of city property between your property line and the street,
Yes,
which most people don't have. Got more than most people. So,
Thank you.
You're welcome. So that was my motion.
Second.
second by Ellie. Okay, let's take a vote. I guess we should amend the, or put that drawing in the record, okay?
For the record, I think your property is very cute.
thank you.
Yeah, I went to look at it today. It's very cute. I feel badly that there isn't off-street parking right there. It isn't a little bit wider, but
The off-street parking years ago.
yeah.
Except the Bills flag.
Yeah.
It's cute, except the Bills flag.
Oh.
You got 5 yes votes. So you're good with what we discussed, and that drawing will go into the record if there's any question. That drawing pretty much, it's exactly what we allowed. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you, appreciate it.
So you get the permit, you wanna talk to them, we can discuss it. If you come and get the permit, you can come, we'll talk to you, we'll figure it out, okay? All right, thank you, thank you.
Okay. Or maybe I didn't check the box. I'm still on vacation. Okay, Margaret, I won't try it. Sorry. Come on down.
Fruit smoker?
Yes. Very good. Hey,
Done. Okay. Looking to put up a fence?
Yeah, in the backyard, so we can. Yes, we want to put up a fence and for around our backyard, we're only allowed to put up a 6-foot fence, but the dogs are able to clear the 6-foot fence at the dog park. So we need to get an 8-foot fence, and that's why we're.
He'll let us go higher, but I believe that's as high as you'll let it, so.
Right, boxer mixes?
The mother is an Australian Shepherd and the father is a pit bull mastiff mix.
Oh, yeah, they can jump.
Yes, they run too. I run with my 4-wheeler, they get their exercise every day.
Nice.
Okay, and it's all in the backyard?
Yeah, so
Right, you're good.
so I,
Can't really see it.
all I had, I forgot, I didn't make my copies, but in the package.
Yeah,
I had an overview or top view that showed, where it, where the
Yeah,
fencing would go.
looks like you're coming out the back corner of the house,
Yeah,
around the
If I
back,
make it
of the
late-
and then the back corner of the garage.
Usually I make it so when we open up the door, they can go and run and we don't have to wander leash, it's a lead and.
So-
Detangle like every other, if not every single time. Cause they have windows.
okay, the red line shows where the fence would go from the garage, back of the garage, the, side, the north. Property line, the east property line and then the south property line and then a little bit on the west. But there is also an area that will go between the garage and the house, so that the line is not shown there, so that's like another 6 feet. Fencing that would have to go in that area. And there would be a gate opening at that area.
Do the neighbors have fences along those lines?
On the south side is a 4 foot chain link fence. And right now on the back of the property line is trees and there's fencing there, but mostly the trees are what is keeping things. And then there's another fence on the north side as well, but it's all like 4 inch grid.
Will an 8 foot fence interfere with the trees or the neighbors' trees?
I've pre-talked with him, he's given me permission to cut them back as far as I can, as far as I want. So, I will be getting together with him to do just exactly that, so that he will not be interfering with those trees.
And I asked my neighbors, north and south of me, neither one of them got a message to come to this meeting, so I don't know if anybody else did and. If anybody else is gonna be upset about it, I don't know. So I don't know what happened, about that.
Are they owners?
What?
One, the south side is the owner, the north side is a renter,
So renter wouldn't go to the owner record.
you know, so.
Am I correct? It goes to the owner?
Yep.
Yeah,
And so.
And many people don't, it's a 500 foot radius for the special use, so.
okay. Oh, yeah, Denise got it, although she may read the. Knowing her.
So. I have a few questions. How long have you had the dogs?
A year ago March,
Both of them are
well,
at the same
we
time?
got the,
I got one about a month and a half apart together.
Okay.
The one that I was wearing, my mom made my older dog out, and the next door was wearing his dog, so. We got the sister to hopefully, rather than be double trouble, wear each other out, that's exactly what ended up happening.
Gotcha. And for the past year, you've been utilizing what to keep them in the yard?
A leash, yeah.
Okay.
please,
Yeah.
And I'm just curious, why is that an issue now?
Oh, we've been trying to figure out how to go higher and it's been ongoing. When they were younger, I had a shorter fence and because they were smaller, it wasn't it worked. But now that they're getting bigger, they can clear the fence easier and now for the past few months now, I've been having problems and my neighbors have been getting annoyed that.
they keep getting out and they would get loose, so we had them on the fence, they'd get loose, so then we started getting the leads. And it's just a real pain in the neck to have them put on a lead every time, and I want to just be able to open the door and let them go out and not worry about them getting out and.
What is your plan for material? What are you making the fence out of?
With the vinyl privacy fence,
Okay,
We could probably climb the chain link fence, I guess.
yes, they can climb. That is true.
Neighbor will tell you that the 4 foot one that's there now, Captain will jump up and pull herself up to the top and throw herself over. Well, Brenda will just clear it, no problem. He calls her the gazelle.
It's basically for the safety of the dogs. That's.
And the neighborhood dogs. Never mind the neighborhood cats.
All right, I'd like to open up the public hearing portion. Obviously, there's no one unless you guys want to comment, but we do have a letter of support from Denise nephew. Wholeheartedly agree with the 8 foot fence. And she actually says, but please allow them even more 8 foot fence even more 8 foot fence if they want. I'm assuming she's saying more than an 8 foot tall fence. So
She's
that,
really worried about it, yes.
well, she did that. She said, I don't want their dogs to be hit or get out and chase my cats.
She's got a couple little cat houses out back. She keeps keeping in the winters.
Okay. All right. So that's in the record. There's nothing else. I'll close the public hearing portion. Now this is a special use permit. Which is, as Denise said, a matter of right. assuming it doesn't affect character, neighborhood, it's what have you. And I believe they can have up to a 10-foot with a special use. That's what I thought. So if you wanted to go taller,
Yes, please, if we could go 10 foot, yes.
That's,
To move it, yeah. And they're going to get older, so they won't be able to, if they can't do it now.
look at the paper read. Okay. So we didn't specify what it was. Okay. Well, let's do the seeker. I believe it's a long form. And we had two questions, but I will answer one of these. About the floodplain. Yeah, rules related. You have a contract, Carl?
not really, I'm hoping that, I didn't wanna go talking to the fence people until I knew what I actually could do, so I have.
Next time, let's cut the trees down. I have to get together with the neighbor, cut the trees down. Got the first degree, I can do this. It's a matter of everyone together.
Okay, E2Q. Vic Snyder adjoining area currently used for plain trapping, fishing, or shell fishing, that should be no. And E3. D. Or agricultural lands. No, on page 12. It's not agriculture, so no. And I think that is the only ones that I found.
Make a motion for appeal 2403 after review of the environmental assessment form. That the chair find little or small impact. And signs.
No,
Second.
just, there's nothing to sign.
Okay.
Second by Ellie, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, I will entertain a motion in regards to the appeal.
I make a motion for appeal number 2403 for a special use permit to request for privacy fencing, allowing up to 10 feet in height in the rear yard.
Second. Yes.
Can I make a
Yes.
comment? I have an issue with that. I would prefer that we be more specific. I'm personally, and I'm not speaking for anybody else. I would be okay with a certain height, but with a 10-foot, I think that, one of the things that you said was that the neighbors hadn't responded and there was discussion prior to this that, there might be some issue with the person in the back. And I just feel like, 10 feet would be a lot.
There was a comment made by the building inspector's office. Oh.
If there are trees in the back that need to be cut, like if we're gonna do a 10-foot, we're gonna give 10-foot permission. I don't know, I just, that like gives me red flag. Do I have the right to have red flags?
Yeah, it's known as a no vote.
Yeah, okay. All right, if I'm,
And.
I know it's a special use permit and all that, but,
Well, and if it gets voted down, then we can go back
Okay.
to what they originally had.
okay,
Okay,
yeah.
second,
A second.
right? Okay. You got 4 yes votes, 1 no vote. You want to identify who the no vote is. Okay, and I won't even ask her because I know she's already said it. But
I'm gonna say that I feel.
Well, everyone needs to skeptic, so.
Well, no, it's not that. I think your idea is sound and I love that you want to protect your animals. A 10-foot fence is huge.
Yeah,
And if you want to be friends with your neighbors, you might just want to have some conversation if you decide to go that high. If they're not prepared, if they thought you were coming in for an 8-foot fence and you end up going 2 feet higher. That's a lot higher. I would just recommend it
right,
for peace of neighbors.
yeah,
But, yeah. What the motion says is up to that foot. So if you end up with 8 foot. Go up, you know, it's
Right.
up to you and
as long as
I agree with her. Your neighbors.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that communication with neighbors is always helpful rather than doing something and then just. Thinking about it, it's like, what,
Oh, yeah.
somebody cut down my hedges.
Oh, yeah. And then. Oh,
I'm
horrible.
not bitter. Okay, so you're good. You just need to, when time comes, get a building permit.
Yeah.
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you very much.
thank you for participating. Yes. Yes. Right there. So we have minutes here. We've got me, Ellie, Kim, so we have 3 of us that were here. Kelly and PJ were not here. So I'll entertain a motion in regards to the June 16th minutes.
I make a motion to approve the June 16th minutes.
Seconded by. Kim. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. There's only one other piece of business.
Motion to adjourn.
What's your adjourn?
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.